Welcome to another fantastic tutorial. Today we are going to edit this image and let's see what we can do out of this image. So let's get started. And before we go any further, I would like to remind you that if you have not already subscribed to my channel, then kindly subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below this video, because you are going to learn lots of new things from this channel every week, because I post 2 videos every Wednesday and every Sunday, and I post in both the languages, in Hindi as well as in English. Alright, so do subscribe to my channel. So let's get started. Let's open this image in Adobe Camera Raw. If I just double click it, it is going to open in the Adobe Camera Raw. And since this is a raw file, so it is going to open in the Adobe Camera Raw. Had it been a JPEG image, then it would have opened in the Photoshop. So I always suggest that if you want to become a professional photographer, or if you already are, then obviously you might be shooting in the Camera Raw format. This is a little bit larger format than the JPEG. As you already know that JPEG is a very compressed format in comparison to the RAW format. But RAW format contains lots of information, and you can recover those information, and you can take the advantage of that information to recover details and lots of other options in the Camera Raw while post-processing. So let's start. This image is very dark, and I use flash also, but I don't want to use flash too much, and I didn't pay much attention to the proper exposure on this image. Alright, so since I shot in the RAW, I thought I would be able to recover the details or correcting this exposure or contrast in the post-processing. So first of all, let me press the auto, which works most of the time, but now as you can see, it has made this image overexposed. So we'll double click this exposure slider and it is going to take it back, and now we'll slightly increase it to a place where we feel that it is now perfectly exposed. Maybe it seems a little bit overexposed compared to the original one. If I go to the default, you can see, and if I press Ctrl Z or Command Z, it is going to undo the last step I did. Alright, and let's maybe drag it a little bit around here, and let's experiment with the temperature, since it's at the moment this image is very warm. So let's take the temperature towards the blue side, and I think here it is the perfect white balance. And now let's increase the contrast to see what we get. If I increase the contrast, the detail is also getting increased, but it is also increasing the shadows, so I don't want that, so I'll drag it back. Alright, so I want to open up the shadows so I get some details over here. And now let's increase the shadows, or you can drag it down as well from here also. So let's add the black a little bit, maybe around here. Alright, and let's increase the clarity around 23% or 20%. That looks fine. And increase the vibrance a little bit, because if I go way too much, you can see it has messed up with the skin tone, which I don't want. So I'll keep it around +5. I think this one is looking good, and I don't touch the saturation, and I always recommend not to use the saturation and use vibrance instead. Alright, so we'll use the saturation in the post-production in the Adobe Photoshop, and right now there is no need to use the saturation over here. Alright, next is the option. Come over here on the detail option. Let me zoom into 100%, and you can see that this is very grainy image. It has lots of noise since I shot this image with 400 ISO, and since the light was low I had to bump up the ISO, but never go beyond 100 unless there is such a situation and situation demands so. Alright, so we'll fix the noise problem as well. First of all, let's press the Alt or Option and increase the masking. Alright, so that we get this mask, and now you can see that wherever there is a white color, sharpening would be applied, and wherever there is a black color, sharpening would not be applied. So now we want this sharpening to be applied only on the edges. So let's increase the sharpening to maybe 60%, and radius determines the area where this sharpening extends to. So let me bring it down to maybe around 0.6 for the people image, but if you are working on another image you can bump up it even to up to I think 2 as well, but not beyond that, because that is going to introduce that halo kind of a thing which doesn't look good. Alright, so let me take it 0 up to 0.6, and if I want I can increase the details from here as well. And now let's reduce some noise using this luminance slider, and the moment I'll do this you can see it has taken away or eaten away the noise or grain, and now this image looks bit perfect. Alright, and not that noisy. And if you want to reduce some noise from the contrast as well, you can do that. Alright, and color noise as well, and I don't want to touch that any further, so let's come over here on the enable lens profile correction. First of all, let me fit in the view, and if I check this enable lens profile correction, you can see it is going to correct the distortion over on the edges, and it automatically recognizes which model or which lens I used for taking this picture. Alright, and next is the color, and select this remove chromatic aberration. What is chromatic aberration? Let me show you if it would be available in the image. Sometimes we do get some purple or green fringe over here on these edges. As you can see, this very thin line of fringe, this is a green amount. Alright, green purple fringe, green or purple fringe, and if I check this it automatically removes it. But if it doesn't, then you can adjust this with the purple or with the green. Alright, and you can even decide, you can choose another color using this slider. Alright, like blue. If you have a blue fringe or the chromatic aberration, then you can do that as well. Alright, now let's come to the FX panel and let's experiment with vignette effect. If you want, you can add little bit vignette, but I think I will not go for this as of now and leave it as it is. And now once we are happy with our result or the basic editing, we are going to open it in the Adobe Photoshop. We will click it open image. Now it is going to open in the Adobe Photoshop, and now let's first of all work on the skin and remove these blemishes. So create a new blank layer over here from here and take the clone stamp tool. Oh sorry, let's take the spot healing brush, spot healing tool. Where is it? Okay, you can press J on your keyboard. Alright, and let's reduce the size of the brush and click on that spot, and that would automatically be removed. Some people use the another option, another tool, which is the healing brush tool, where you need to take the sample, but I like this way because this here you don't need to take the sample again and again, and most of the time it works best. But if sometimes it doesn't, then you can always undo it and choose the another area. All right, and these dust marks, So if you don't want to see it, let me speed this up for you. Alright, now it's done, and let's fix some issues over here. Then I'll create a new blank layer, and this time I will use this healing brush tool. So we can take the sample from here and we can paste it over here. So we'll press Alt or Option, and it would allow us to choose the target or area from where we want to pick the sample. So I think take this one and start painting over here. So that way it is going to paste this area over here, and this is how it works. All right, and some of here, take sample and do it this way as well. And now I think this one is looking slightly better than the earlier result. All right, if I turn it off and on, you can see now it has fixed this kind of a, I don't know what it is a shadow, I think. All right, and let's fix some over here facial hairs. Take the sample and paste it over here, and similarly on this side as well. And I think this one is good, and take some over here, remove this dark area, and over here, and I think I've overdone it. Let me zoom in, make my smaller brush smaller, and paint it. All right, and little bit over here. Let's remove this line. All right, and this dark area, and now it's looking good. All right, and let's fix some lips as well, and slightly over here. All right, so now we are done, and let's fix certain other issues. Create a new blank layer, take the again spot healing brush, and it is going to work fine. I just need to paint over here, and since we don't need to be perfect over here, some of over here on the hairs, and remove this spot. All right, and I think now it's looking good, and let's find some areas. Okay, this one is done, and let's see some problem, I think. And I'm just pressing the space bar, and with my mouse I am just zooming through, or I am just accessing my image. All right, press Ctrl 0 to fit it in the view, and now we have our image. And now let's create a stamp copy. So press Ctrl Alt Shift E, and that will be having a stamp copy of it, all the visible layers. And now let's color grade this image a little bit. So we'll go for the selective color, go over here and select the selective color option, and first of all let's take the red one, and let's add little bit or remove little bit red, and add little bit of magenta, and little bit of more yellow. Okay, and let's lighten the skin tone little bit, because if we'll take it towards the minus side, it is going to lighten the color, and if I take it towards the plus side, it is going to darken the red color. So I think -9 is looking good, and let's take the neutral color and neutral Let's increase it a little bit, and it is going to introduce this green hue to the image, and this looks really great. And you can experiment with magenta, but I think it's not looking good, so keep it to 0%. Alright, and let's experiment with yellow. I think +1 is fine, or +2. +1 is good, and similarly with the black, and I think this one is good. And now take the black color and now adjust it. You can add the cyan little bit. I think if it will go way too much, that would not look good. And next with the magenta, add little bit magenta, +3, and yellow, or I think -4 is fine, and make it darker or lighter. I think -2 is good. And let me show you the result by turning it on and off. Earlier, as you can see, it was having a very red hue, and now we have introduced the greener color to this image. So if you are happy with this image, you can leave it as it is, or if you want to add some vignette effect to this, we can do that as well. Let's create a new curve, and let's make it little darker. And now select the gradient tool and choose this radial option from here, Radial Gradient, and select in the middle. Make sure it is black and white color, and black we have selected as our main foreground color. Select in the middle, click and drag it outward, and that way what it is going to do, it is going to remove this from the center and it will leave it on the edges. So if I'll show you, this is the mask which it has created. Alright, so if you want to refine it further, take the brush tool with the low opacity and remove it from the face. Remove it from the face. Alright, and you can see the result by turning it on and off. If you like this way, and if you think you have overdone it, you can always lower down its opacity. Alright, and now you can see. Okay, so if you are happy with this one, you can do this, and if you want to crop this image, you can do that as well. So let me clear this ratio, and let's bring it over here. Keep it up to here because that is a little bit of distracting. Alright, and let's add it little bit over this side and press enter, and now our image is finally retouched. So let me zoom in, go full screen to show you the result. This is the result after, and if I go back over here and I select develop setting and copy setting, and then develop setting and clear setting, and show you the result. This is before and this is after. Before, dark and very boring image, and now well exposed and very good looking image. Alright, so thank you so much. I hope you liked today's episode, and I have a request that whatever you are learning from this tutorial or any of my tutorial, then kindly do apply that on your own image, because that way you would strengthen your learning. Because when we watch, we always feel that we can do that very easily, but when you actually get into the Photoshop and then try to do it, then you might forget so many things and you will get to know so many options. Okay, so it happens not only with Photoshop, but it also happens with everything. So do apply that, and please, if you like it, please don't forget to hit the like button, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos. And if you have any question, you can always leave that in the comment section below. And if you want me to create a video on a specific topic in Adobe Photoshop, then you can leave your request as well in the comment section below. So thank you so much. And one more thing, that if you want to support this channel, you can buy my pro tutorials, which you can get with huge discount, and you will find a link to that in the description section below. So thank you so much. Bye bye. See you in the next episode.